All right, disclaimer before we begin. We were not able to make it in the studio today, so we bought a very cheap mic from Five Below. We were recording this on Dante's computer from GarageBand, so shout out Dante.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, it's Super Bowl weekend. You got to improvise. So, with that being said, welcome, one and all, to episode number 16 of the weekly Gridiron. As always, we are your hosts, Adam,
Dante,
and Luke. And we got a lot of fun in store for you guys today, but we're going to start right off the bat with just a little confirmation. So if you remember last week, we made our picks for Super Bowl 57. The game is, from the day we're recording this, in 2 days, a little over 48 hours until the final game of the 2022-23 NFL season tips off. Last week, our picks were Dante and I went with the Eagles, Luke went with the Chiefs. I'm here to ask you boys, are we sticking with those picks? I will start. I am sticking with the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game. I like this game for the Eagles. Kind of reminds me of when they were in Super Bowl 52 with the Chiefs kind of being like the Patriots. They have the much better quarterback, the much more experienced quarterback. But the Eagles, they just have the better overall team. And that's really going to be what plays the factor, I think, in this game. So I'm going with the Eagles to win this game. Dante?
Yeah, I'm going to definitely stick with my pick from last week. Like I said, I mean, the Chiefs, they're obviously a beat-up team. You know, the Eagles, their run game is absolutely fantastic. They've just been blowing out teams the past couple weeks. Yeah, I have every reason to stick with my pick, and so I'm going to.
Luke.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my pick as well. I'm going to be the lone Chiefs Super Bowl pick, but I have decided here that I want the Eagles to win this game. It's kind of getting annoying, the amount of comparisons the Chiefs are drawing to the Patriots, and I know it's partly deserved. But there was somebody on ESPN or something the other day that said, like, oh, this is their second Super Bowl in 5 years in which they've made 5 straight AFC championships. He's like, we've never seen this kind of dominance before. Like, huh? We made 8 straight AFC championships and won, I think, 3 Super Bowls in that stretch, 6 in total. So, just for the reason that if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, the comparisons aren't going to stop coming, and it's just going to be a little annoying. And I don't want to have to hear from Brittany or Jackson Mahomes. I would really, really like the Chiefs to lose the Super Bowl. So, with that being said, I'm going to pick the Chiefs. But I sure hope I'm wrong.
Okay, all right. I'm back here. So we are all sticking with our picks, 2 for the Eagles and 1 for the Chiefs. I think that's pretty fair. I'm happy for Luke picking Kansas City because, I mean, I feel like at least one of us has to pick the Chiefs to win this game. I feel like we can't, sweep pick it in the Super Bowl. At least one person's got to go with Kansas City. So now, on to the rest of our stuff. This episode will not be very long today, but we've got some fun stuff planned for y'all. The first thing we're going to do is, for those of you who don't know, and I assume most of you don't because it's not very exciting, the Pro Bowl was last weekend. They changed the rules this year to make it a flag football game instead of just a regular football game. In my opinion, not much of a difference because in the regular football game, they weren't that competitive anyway. So, my question to you boys is, what can we do to change the Pro Bowl? Make it better. I guess I'll start. There's only one thing to really do to start, and that is I think you have to make the Pro Bowl halfway through the season. You look at all the other All-Star events in every other pro sports league. Major League Baseball, National Basketball Association, National Hockey League. What do all of their All-Star events have in common? They're all halfway through the season. So, I think that's one thing you have to do for sure. The second thing is, what do all the other All-Star events have in common? They all have a big event night. The MLB has the Home Run Derby. The NBA has All-Star Saturday Night, where they have the three-point contest, skills competition, and the dunk contest, along with Rising Stars game over the weekend. The NHL has a bunch of competitions, like a shooting competition, a fastest skater, a goalie saves competition. I forget what all of them are, but I've watched it before. It's actually pretty exciting. The NFL needs to dedicate one day to doing all that. And I get they're trying to have some fun. Like, they have a dodgeball competition. They have a best catch, quarterback throw, to targets, whatever. Dedicate that toward one day. Announce beforehand who's participating in it so fans can actually have fun and be like, okay, here's who I think is going to win this and why. And that kind of thing. And then the other benefit, in the last day, you dedicate it to the game, which is what the NHL, MLB, and NBA all do. They dedicate it to the game, which is what most people pay attention to. And the reason I think it's so good to have it halfway through the season is because you won't end up how it usually is with the NFL. Toward the end of the year, half the players that make it go to the Super Bowl. They aren't playing in it. Half the other players decline their invites, and the other half are injured. So this year, with the AFC quarterbacks, when you could have had guys like Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, you ended up with Derek Carr, Trevor Lawrence, and Tyler Huntley. Yeah. Not very exciting. So I think by making it halfway through the season, there's not really a reason for these players to miss the Pro Bowl games other than the fact that they're injured. So you'll see guys like Patrick Mahomes there. You'll see guys like Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, etc., etc. So that's what I do. I'll let one of you guys take the mic now. Luke, you want to go?
Yeah, pass. So I have some very strong feelings about the Pro Bowl. Here's what I think. Basically,
It's not gonna pick that.
Adam covered it. I know it's not gonna pick that up.
What the heck?
Oh my god.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. Okay, so Adam basically covered it. No, don't pause it. It's fine. We're good. Adam basically covered it. my main points as well were that, you look at the common denominator for the rest of the pro leagues. All their all-star breaks are that they're breaks. They're in the beginning of the year, or the middle of the year, excuse me. And the one point that he kind of was leaning towards, but I'm going to make specifically, is that the NFL, they need to find their dunk contest. They need to find their home run derby. They need to find their shootout. They need to find the one thing that they have that no other sport can offer. No other athlete from any other sport can do. What might that be? Farthest throw contest, a spectacular catch, even though that has been done, it could be revamped. I'm not sure, but they need to find what that is. And I'm glad I'm not in charge of this, but they need to find one thing they can offer that nobody else can. And they need to make it the main event. Two, I would say they need, to go along with having to have it in the middle of the season. People say, well, players aren't gonna want to play. They don't want to risk injury. It's in the middle of the year. Some of them have things to fight for. I just dropped the mic, but
You dropped it.
accidentally. I'll drop it purposely at the end. Players aren't going to want to play. They're not going to want to get injured. They still have things to fight for. Well, here's what you do. You tell the players, listen, we can make it a flag football game. We can literally do whatever you want. We can blow every play dead after 10 yards. We can make it a 40-yard field like it was this year. You guys just have to promote it. Something like that, I think. It was either 50 yards or 40 yards. Listen, we'll make whatever safety ramifications the players want. But we need the best players playing, and we need you to promote the hell out of it. We need players to want their fans to watch them play. And you have to incentivize it too. You really do. Or else nobody's going to care. Like the NBA All-Star game is played for $100,000 for charity at least, I think. And like for the home run derby, here's a perfect example. The winner of the home run derby gets $1 million.
And a car, I think.
And a car. I think the winner of the dunk contest make it a car. The winner of the home run derby, when Pete Alonso won that 2 years in a row, he had made $2 million from it. That was more money that he had made from the Mets that far. So you need to incentivize this stuff. You need to tell the players, listen, we'll make it as safe as you want. You just have to promise to play, and you have to promise to promote it. And if they can do that, if they can move it to the middle of the season and find their thing that they can offer that nobody else can offer, it might actually be watchable for once. So that's how I would fix the Pro Bowl. Dante, do you have anything to add, my friend?
I mean, yeah, Adam obviously made a good point. I completely agree with moving it to the middle of the season. That gives the votes way more relevance and allows every single player to play regardless of the teams who make the Super Bowl. So we'll see, the perennial Super Bowl guys like Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. We'll see everybody. Joe Burrow, everybody. And depending on if they want to play. Also, we make cop-outs not an option. I'm completely kidding. But, like spectacular catch, of course. Like, that'd be a fun one. Like, yeah. Like, I think the boys pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, solid. What's next on the table?
By the way, if you heard a noise in the background, I was pouring water from a water bottle into my main Yeti. So I was crinkling the water bottle that I was going to recycle later. So yeah, that's what that was. Anyway, next thing on the board. Luke, do we want to do our Super Bowl prop bets, or do we want to do your Super Bowl snake draft?
We'll save the snake draft for last.
Okay, so Dante, come on over here. I made some. Yeah, I made some fun little Super Bowl prop bets for the game that I think we can all bet on, and some of them are actually based on, I want to say, Vegas odds or Fliff odds or whatever the apps are. I will say this is not actual gambling advice. I don't gamble for money myself, so this is just for fun. There's no money involved with this, so any picks we make, it's just for fun.
Not gambling.
Yes, not gambling advice, just for a little friendly competition, as Peter Appel says best on TikTok. Not gambling advice.
Cannot be held legally.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. So the first one I have is the national anthem. That's always a big part of the Super Bowl. Yeah, sure. Because it's the song of our country, number one, and number two, a lot of people like to bet and see how long the song goes for. And the over/under this year is set at 1 minute 59 seconds. Luke, I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, I think, who is it? I saw it this morning. Chris Stapleton is doing the Super Bowl, national anthem. So I saw a video about this morning. I'm not cheating, but I did see a video about this morning. So, Chris Stapleton is not known for this, but his songs are definitely above average length, like, compared to normal songs. Last time he dropped an album that year, songs were at an average length of, 3 minutes, 20 seconds, and his average song is, 4 minutes long. It doesn't mean much, but he's a slow and smooth country singer. I'm gonna smash the over for this. The last male country singer to sing the national anthem at a Super Bowl was Luke Bryan, and he smashed the over. So, and of the past 10 years, 6 times has the song gone over the Vegas odds. So, for 1 minute 59 or whatever it was, I'm gonna smash the over.
Yeah, country artists are usually known for taking it slower during their songs. It's obviously going to be an acoustic track, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna take the over. I'm probably seeing around 2:05, maybe 2:10. Yeah, Chris Stapleton, his songs are a little bit slower, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna take the over. Adam, what is your pick on this bet?
Sorry, I saw your computer was getting battery low, so I was actually getting a cord for you. For this bet, I'm also going to take the over. I think they're going to take their time with it because it's a big event like the Super Bowl. Everybody's going to be watching, so they want to make it great. So I don't see it going very far over 1 minute 59. I could say maybe 2 minutes 10 seconds, but that's still over, so I'm going to take the over. For the next one, Luke, I will let you go first for the coin toss. Are you going heads or tails?
Boys, if you know me, if you've ever heard me guess heads or tails, I'm in camp. Tails never fails, baby. That's what I always say, and sometimes it fails, but it never fails. So, for me, tails never fails.
Yeah, I'm a fan of heads. So I'm gonna go with that. What? Nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna get heads. No, that does not work. But I do have my cord. But yeah, I'm gonna go heads here. I don't know. I just have a feeling. And I feel like the Chiefs are gonna pick heads since they'll be on the road, and it's gonna.
Are they picking?
What's that?
Chiefs are picking.
Yeah, because they're on the road, and then the Chiefs are gonna win the coin toss, and 8 out of the last 10, I believe, is the stat of the coin toss winners lose the Super Bowl. So.
Oh, all right.
So.
What would you look at that?
That pretty much that adds up with my pick. So. Adam.
I agree with Luke here. I'm in camp tails never fails. I'm going to go tails for the coin toss. Just so I'm keeping track, did we all say over for the national anthem?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we had 2 tails, 1 heads. So now we go for the coin toss winner. I think Dante already revealed his answer. You said the Chiefs are going to win the toss.
Yep.
I'm going to say the Eagles are going to win the toss. I think they win the toss, and they get the ball right away, and we'll see what happens from there. Luke?
I, as well, am going to say that the Eagles are going to win the toss.
Okay, all right. And now we go a little more in depth. Once the kickoff has happened, how's the game going to start? So, in Dante's mind, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense go out first. I think you said Eagles, right, Luke?
Yeah.
So, in my mind with Luke, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense goes out first. The first play of the game, are we going to see a rush or are we going to see a pass? Luke, I'll let you start.
Pass.
Since I have the Chiefs starting with the ball, I'm going to go with pass.
Since I have the Eagles, Luke, you said pass, right? I feel like somebody has to take rush, and they love using Miles Sanders in that offense. I'm going to say they start with the rush. And it's not only Sanders. They have so many great running backs. So, yeah, I'm going to go with rush. And next up for our first turnover, I have to put this back in my backpack, so Dante, I'll have you take the mic and make your first pick. What team makes the first turn?
There will not be a turnover in this game.
Whoa.
Hot take.
Not a single one.
Not a single turnover in this game. It's going to be a very clean game. Defenses are going to get stops, but both quarterbacks are just too good, and I don't see either of them making an interception. I could see a fumble, but I feel like a fumble is way more, rare than a interception is. So, yeah, I'm going no turnovers in this game. Luke.
I'm going to go with a Kansas City Chiefs fumble as being the first turnover of the game. And I don't totally agree with Dante, but I do agree with him that it'll be a mostly clean game. Both teams are very good. I feel like the Eagles may end up with a pick or two not going their way, so Jalen Hurts may throw one or two, but that's all right. I still think that it's either team's game, and that's just going to happen. So what does Adam think as he is typing in what we picked?
I'm going to agree with Luke. The Chiefs are going to be the first team to turn the ball over. And you're going to see a very, it feels like, rare Patrick Mahomes interception caught by Panthers legend James Bradbury. That's what I think is going to happen. Moving on to the next one. We have first touchdown. So this is not only a team, but we're going to make it a bonus. What player from the team do you think will get the first touchdown? Do you want me to go first or one of you guys? Dante wants to go first.
Go second. This is easy for me.
I'm going with a Dallas Goedert touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts. So, yeah, Dallas Goedert is going to get the first touchdown.
Travis Kelce all the way.
Yeah.
It's always a safe option. If it's going to be the Chiefs who score first, it's going to be Travis Kelce. You know it.
Considering Philly is going to be in the red zone. They're going to be right there. It's going to be first and goal. We're going to see a toss to the right side to Miles Sanders. The Chiefs defense ain't going to see it coming. He's going to walk in for the first touchdown of the game. Give me Penn Stater, Miles Sanders. Next up, we move to the halftime portion of the game. So for those who don't know, Rihanna is doing the halftime show this year. Dante is not a fan of it, apparently.
No, I don't care.
He's joking. So, via Luke this morning, he told me that the over-under for Rihanna's songs performed was set at 9.5 for the halftime show. So my question to you guys, are you taking the over or the under? I will start. I'm going to say she performs 10 songs. I'm taking the over. Dante or Luke, who wants to go?
I'll go. Yeah, I'll probably take the over. It's probably going to be around 10 or 11. Luke?
I'm barely going to take the over as well. I'm not really informed on how many people have gone over or under this line, but Rihanna has a deep bag of very good songs, so she hasn't dropped an album in like 5 or 6 years, so she's going to want to show off her category. Her catalog.
I did not realize it's been that long. Wow. Anyway, for our last over-under for the prop bets, we have total score, and I looked it up. Both teams averaged 28.7 points a year, or per game this year. The over-under for this game is set at 51 points. Seems a little low for what both teams average. If you put both of those together, it's pretty close to 60. So, or maybe it's over. I don't know. I can't do math. Luke, do you want to go first for this one?
Yeah. I'll take the over. I'm not very confident in it actually because we've seen some wacky Super Bowls be really low scoring. I don't think the Bucs Chiefs Super Bowl hit over 50. God knows the Rams Patriots didn't, and other ones in recent memory haven't. But these are two really high-powered offenses, and especially with the Eagles putting up 30 in every single playoff game so far, give me the over.
Do you want to go, Dante?
I will also take the over here. I was trying to convince myself to go with the under here just to be, a little bit different, but no, I'm definitely taking the over.
It's weird enough with both teams having a great defense, but with the points per game total for each team being set at 28.7 this year, it just seems not right to take the under. So I think we'll see an offensive masterclass in the Super Bowl, especially because it's being played at State Farm Stadium, and I believe Glendale, Arizona. That's where the Fiesta Bowl happens every year. We've had some great Fiesta Bowls recently. TCU, Michigan, Ohio State, Clemson. I wish that second one ended differently, but
Penn State,
Washington as well. I forgot about that one. And then the last Super Bowl to be played there was Pat's Seahawks, where Malcolm Brogdon had the game-winning interception. Malcolm Butler. Thinking of the NBA here. Sorry, the trade deadline just happened. Malcolm Butler had the game-winning interception. So, yeah, I think we're in for a great Super Bowl. I'm going to take the over for the total score. We have 2 more here. So when the team that you guys pick wins, the coach always gets a Gatorade shower. What color we think the Gatorade is going to be this year? I'll start. I think we're going to see purple.
Well, that's out there, Adam.
It is out there.
That's none of their team colors.
I like to be random with it.
Well, I guess you like to be wrong, because I don't think it's going to be purple. I was trying to think if both teams share a color. They really don't. The closest I could think of was yellow. But I am going to go yellow. If it's the Chiefs, it could be yellow. Yellow seems to be a pretty readily available Gatorade color, and it's close enough to the Eagles colors that you could use it and teams wouldn't really question it. So I'm going to go yellow.
My pick, I'm going to go orange. I believe orange is going to be the color. Orange and that beautiful green. It's going to mix well.
Yeah.
It's going to mix well. Yeah, give me orange.
All right, one last prop bet. Who do we think is going to be Super Bowl MVP? I need a minute to think about this. So do one of you guys have yours? I'll let you go first. Dante has it.
Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be Super Bowl MVP. I think everybody on that Eagles team is going to have a solid game. However, if the Chiefs do win, it will be Mahomes or Kelsey. But I am going Hurts. I think people are going to say A.J. Brown got robbed. I think that's going to be a big topic. But I'm going Hurts.
I'm going to go Travis Kelce. I think if the Chiefs win, he's going to at least have 2 touchdowns. When does he not? So if Mahomes doesn't have a spectacular game, which might not happen, then Travis Kelce seems to be a pretty good lock. But actually, I think if the Eagles win, Dante, it's going to be Miles Sanders.
I'm not going to lie. I was thinking about going defense for this one. Team's Bradbury, but after thinking about... Yeah, Hassan Reddick could be there too. After thinking about it with Dante, I'm going to agree with him. Jalen Hurts is my pick. So that'll do it for our Super Bowl prop bets. But Luke, you have a fun little thing planned. Want to explain that for us?
I do. First, are we going to decide on an order real quick?
What do rock, paper, scissors?
All right, you two start off in the background while I'm explaining this. So what we're going to do here is, I don't know if any of you have ever seen a Barstool bet. I'm going first, Dante's going second, Adam's going third. That was decided BTS by rock, paper, scissors. So what we're doing, I don't know if any of you have ever seen a Barstool Twitter draft for any random thing. They do it for any random thing. We're going to do a Super Bowl draft. So we have 5 categories, 5 rounds, a snake draft, three picks in each round. The categories of which you have to pick one of each is a halftime act, food, so either a meal or a snack, a location for a city or stadium for the Super Bowl, your ideal 2 teams in a matchup, and a brand you want to make a commercial. So the way this is going to go is I'm going to start off with round 1, pick one. You can do any order you like for the categories. You just have to think, when do I want to make my picks and what are they going to be so the other people don't steal them. And I don't know if I need to make this pick first round, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to use my brand to make a commercial and give me Burger King. BK, have it your way in the Super Bowl, baby. Round 1, pick one. On to Dante.
Okay, let's look at my options here. Halftime act. I feel like this is pretty simple. Give me Playboy Cardi as my halftime act. You know, like that's my guy. So yeah, Playboy Cardi, halftime act, number 1.
What am I going to go with?
Adam, you have 2 picks in a row here.
I do. Oh, that's how snake drafts work. Okay. You know what? Since I knew this answer right away, I'm going to lock in my snack or meal. It's the only go-to option. Dad, if you're listening to this, you know what I'm going to pick. Give me an order of barbecue boneless wings from Buffalo Wild Wings.
W3.
Only way to go. I mean, come on. They're amazing. Best wing place ever. Best bar ever to watch sports, too. And now for my second pick. Let's see. I'm kind of stuck on the halftime act and the brand. So we're going to go location. I don't think the Bank of America Stadium has ever hosted a Super Bowl. I could be wrong, but we're going to give Carolina some love here. we're going to say the Panthers Stadium hosts the Super Bowl. I mean, it's a pretty cool arena. Those blue seats are beautiful to see in the background. They'll be full of fans, but we're going to say the B of A hosts the Super Bowl. So, Dante, I guess it's up to you now.
Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. So,
You have food, location, team matchup, and brand.
food, location, team matchup, and brand.
You said Carolina for location, right, Adam?
Food, I'm going pizza, bro. I don't know how you can't pick pizza. Like, come on now.
I was hoping you'd leave that on the board for me.
No, pizza. Like, come on. Like, you can't. Like, probably my favorite food.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd leave that one on the board for me. So I'm going to take 2 off the board here. I have the next back-to-back picks. I'm going to start with my Super Bowl matchup, and I'm going to steal this from another person in the room. Because we couldn't unfortunately do Steelers-Patriots, because both teams are in the AFC, I'm going to steal Patriots-Panthers from Adam. And for my music matchup, and for my musical act, I thought, well, I'm not going to make it somebody who's done the halftime show before, but at the same time, I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I am. I'm going to pick Silk Sonic.
Hey.
So we're going to put Bruno Mars back out there again, this time with Anderson .Paak. And we can hear classics from both of them, of which they have many, and some stuff from the Silk Sonic album. It's going to be great. All right, back to Adam. No, back to Dante.
Okay, so what do I have left? I have brand to make commercial, ideal team matchup, and location. Okay, ideal team matchup. This is actually pretty tough. I'm going to go Steelers-Cowboys. You know, classic. We had a classic series back in the day. I'm going Steelers-Cowboys, and I just want to see all the Cowboys fans cry after we beat them in the Super Bowl. Adam, you are up.
All right. I'm going to lock in my halftime performance right now. I was going back and forth between 2 groups. Actually, one person's a solo act, but the other one's a group. I'm going to end up going with the group here. I don't know if they've ever performed on a Super Bowl stage, but your clue, eventually they should. I'm going with Tame Impala.
That's actually one person, but that's a great.
Is it one person? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Tame Impala is one guy.
I thought it was like a whole band.
That's an amazing pick.
Okay, well,
He would rock.
all right. I will say my backup option was going to be Post Malone.
That would have been cool.
But
Tame Impala would rock.
Tame Impala, I think, is a great pick. So do I have another one?
You do.
What do I still
You
need?
have brand to make commercial and that's it.
I still need the mashup too. I can't think of the brand. So I'm going to save the brand for my last pick. Super Bowl matchup.
Not to get Steelers brand.
So I'm going back and forth with 2 teams here in the NFC. So I'll just reveal my AFC team first. The Patriots are gone. The Steelers are gone.
Well, you can still use them, but you can't say matchup.
Oh wait, so I can use the Panthers?
Yeah, but you just can't say Panthers, Patriots.
Okay, well yeah, no, I won't do Patriots then. So I'm gonna take the Panthers for my NFC team. That solves that. And I didn't know I still could take them. I guess I was debating 49ers and Bears because I love McCaffrey and yeah.
Okay, you're saying.
And then I was also debating Bears because Justin Fields. I love Justin Fields. But I will take the Panthers. And then for the AFC, I'm going to give a different team some love. I'm going to take one of my favorite teams from the AFC North. But it's not the Steelers. It is the Cincinnati Bengals. Dante is mocking me over there because he doesn't like them. They're all mocking me over here. I'm sorry. I like Joe Burrow a lot. Do I have another pick or?
You do not.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
Paula, Carson, Sani, Dante. You still have brands and I believe location.
Location. No, Yinzer Bowl. Come on now. We on that. Luke, you got 2 picks.
Oh, I do. So I'm gonna take. I've been thinking about this. I have a very, very interesting pick here. I am going to take my location off the board, and I'm going to go past our borders, and I am going to pick Mexico City, baby. Estudia Azteca. Give me Mexico City as my location. Think about it. It wouldn't be a big problem with the time zones. And think about 20% of Mexican citizens live in Mexico City. I'm pretty sure, at least. Think about the party, man. That would be an insane atmosphere. It's not too far from any Texas teams, Arizona. We're in Arizona. It's not too far. It's plausible. Make it happen. Mexico City. Which just leaves me my food. Give me popcorn.
Fire.
Too easy.
Great.
Give me popcorn. What a draft, baby.
All right, my last one.
No, it's me.
Is it you?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, it's Dante first.
All right.
But I know.
I have left my brand.
You have. You both have.
Oh God, here we go.
Give me the hub.
Okay.
Alright.
Give me P Hub, baby.
Okay.
Adam.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I've
Mom,
gone.
Dad, if you're listening, no,
Don't
you're
worry
not.
about
No,
it.
you're not. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So it came down to one for me.
My God.
The brand. I have a very specific request for my Super Bowl ad. Since BK was already taken, thanks Luke. That was going to be my pick. Dante's laughing his head off over there.
Pick of the year, bro.
You did not just do that.
I not just do what?
Him, not you.
Oh, okay. I thought he was laughing at me. Anyway, for my ad, I have a very specific request for it. I'm gonna say State Farm, a Jake from State Farm commercial, but you gotta put Andy Reid back on it, bro. Have you ever seen that Andy Reid commercial where it's like he draws mustaches on people's faces while they're sleeping?
I have.
That's such a funny commercial. It never gets old. We need more. We need the saga. We need to see Andy Reid finally get caught putting a mustache on somebody's face while they're sleeping. And Andy Reid has to come up with a way to get out of the situation. That's my Super Bowl ad. It's the end of the story that everybody has been waiting for all NFL season long. And if I don't see it on my TV, I'm not going to be happy.
All right, some interesting picks. That's actually a good, plausible commercial idea, Adam, because Andy Reid is in the Super Bowl. So just to review this draft, we have Luke for his brand, Burger King. He picked New England, Carolina for his matchup. Silk Sonic as his halftime. Mexico City is his location. And I picked popcorn as my food. Let's look at Dante. Playboy Cardi as his halftime. That would rock. He picked pizza. Great pick. Pittsburgh, Dallas. That would be a great matchup. Pittsburgh, PA. And let's look at Adam. He picked... Nothing's wrong with you. He picked BW3 for his food, as I knew he would. Carolina for his location. Tame Impala for his halftime. That is an excellent pick. Carolina, Cincinnati for his Super Bowl matchup. And he wants an Andy Reid State Farm commercial. And alright, with all things considered, I'm getting stuff thrown at me. I think that just about wraps it up here, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Thank you all for listening to episode number 16. We are your hosts, Adam
Dante.
and Luke. Enjoy Super Bowl 57. I think it's going to be a great game. We're sad the NFL season's coming to an end because we'll have to think of some topics to talk about every week now that it's over. I mean, free agency's coming.
Maybe not every week.
Maybe not every week.
Bi-weekly.
Yeah. We'll have to think of some free agency predictions, draft maybe. Luke, you might have to do some research if we're going to do a mock draft.
Yeah, I'm notoriously... I have no knowledge on any draft in any sport whatsoever.
Maybe we could do like a team effort and just do one mock draft. Since Dante and I have a familiar part of it. I mean, I don't know a lot. But all right, well, that does it for this week. Adam,
Dante.
and Luke, thank you, and we will see you next time.